Hey guys, checking back in with Matt here. We're going to do the second installment of how to be a badass in your 30s. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys Matt's Minimalist EDC. We're going to feature that because I know you guys are EDC nuts. Everybody wants to know, what do you carry? That's a question that we get more really than anything. We get asked that a lot. What do you guys carry? What's your EDC? So we'll show you that in a minute. But really, guys, this is kind of very important and why I started the YouTube channel really in the first place. I want to really quickly talk about, how to be a badass in your 30s, but it goes a lot deeper than that. And it goes about being a man. And I'm going to assume, probably 95% of my followers are men. 95% of the people watching this video are men. It's just the dynamics of this channel. We talk about man stuff. So I'm going to really bring you here today something about how to be a badass man in your 30s. And it doesn't start in your 30s, guys. It starts in your 20s. It starts way before that. It starts when you're a young man. And I know a lot of you guys watching this video are young men. If you're not young men, if you're older men, it's never too late to be a badass. What do I mean by that, guys? I don't mean somebody who's out there, looking for a fight. I don't mean somebody who's out there acting crazy or somebody who says, has a reputation of being a tough guy. No, I mean to be a real man, really standing up for what that means. And number one way that I can say what that is a man has purpose, okay? You have to find your purpose. I found my purpose as a Christian, as a believer. I'm not perfect. I'm a sinner. I'm no saint, but I am a Christian, and I believe that God has a purpose for everybody's life. I'm going to challenge you to find your own purpose, but if you want to find your purpose, my advice on that topic is, you got to pray about it a little bit. You never can be too tough or too manly to hit your knees and pray. That's something that really, in my opinion, any man can do and any man should do. So I think we all have a purpose. I think everybody has a purpose. I think your purpose is pretty well outlined as far as having some good character qualities. Your purpose will never call you to be disloyal, dishonest. Your purpose will never call you to be disrespectful, out of rude to people for no reason. So being a badass has to do with loyalty, honor, and respect, like we talked about in the last video. I think on the lines of being a man, we need to touch base again about what it means to be a man, and that's taking responsibility and being a king in your own domain. And really, if you look at the statistics right now, women are at a higher percentage of being in college. There's more women in college than there ever has been. There's more women in professional careers than there ever has been. And why is that? Is that because of the feminist movement? No. And I think that I'm all for it. Both of us are all for women being in professional careers, women being in college. Both of us are all for that. But why is that there's so many more now than there has been? And I think that's because men, especially in their 20s and in their 30s as well, are really slacking. And I think it's because women are having to pick up the slack, and I don't think that's right. I don't think women should be successful at the expense of men. I think women should be successful and men should be successful in their own right. But men are up, playing video games until 3 o'clock in the morning. They're not dedicated. They're not, guys, what it means to be a badass is every day winning those little battles. We all have little battles every day. My boy Matt here gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier than that. He hits the gym every morning. Dedicated man. I myself, I have a to-do list that I keep in my notes section on my phone, and I chip away at that a little bit at a time. Every single day I chip away at that to-do list, and it's an impossible to-do list. Okay, my to-do list goes from now until forever. My goals are big goals, but micro goals is the way to go. You chip away at those goals. Now, Matt, what do you think about that? What do you think about as a continuation, how to be a badass in your 30s? How can you expand on what you said last time?
Just touching on what you talked about as far as men, being a badass and being the kingdom or being the king of your own kingdom. For men, nowadays we've become soft as men. We really have. And just to reiterate, I don't mean that you have to be the baddest motherfucker in the room. You don't have to bully people. That we're definitely against bullying. Bullying is not something that Bone or myself will ever support. There's a lot of problems in our world today that have come from bullying, directly from bullying. So if you're a bully and you're making fun of people, put yourself in their shoes before you talk down on somebody or make somebody feel a certain type of way, because of what they don't have, or you're bigger or whatever. That's bullshit. Just throw that stuff out the window right now, because we don't support it. Neither should you. Women, there's nothing wrong with your wife or your spouse being the breadwinner in your family. Nothing. I mean, that's amazing. Good for her, good for your family, and there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home father. But the responsibilities of a man are much different than the responsibilities of a woman. As men, we're expected to protect, provide, and give our family a sense of security that can only come from us. And if you're a single mother watching this, you are probably one of the strongest people in the world. I have nothing but the utmost respect for single mothers. But this video is more for for men, where I'm coming from, and what I want to touch base on. We just need to tighten up, man. We need to
pick up the pace, pick up the slack.
Yeah, our world has become very soft. Women are taking the place of men in the workforce, and not just workforce, but military, police force, all types of places where men used to rule those domains, and that's perfectly fine. But we can't just sit back and let that happen. I mean, we got to be strong. We got to protect.
We got to do our part, guys.
Yeah, and that's really just what it is. Just let's be men again. Let's provide the sense of security for our wives and our children and our families that they deserve, and what God put in the Bible as our responsibilities as men.
Absolutely.
That is our responsibility as men. So let's make sure that we're every day trying to be, and I'm when I say being responsible and leading family, it doesn't mean just pointing your finger and tell your wife to go wash the dishes or tell your kids to take the trash out. No, I mean lead by example. Lead by example. Anybody can be a boss. Anybody can tell somebody what to do or what not to do. But leading is something completely different.
Yep.
Lead by example. Set goals that you want your children to live by, and set examples for your wife or your spouse. On how to take care of your finances, how to take care of responsibilities. And like I said, my mother was a single mother. She raised me and my brother by herself. I have nothing but the utmost respect. My girlfriend, my fiance, she is a single mother, was a single mother. I have nothing but the utmost respect for single mothers and mothers who lead families. But that's not something that we need to give to them. We need to do our part as men and lead our families.
Absolutely.
We need to lead the world, and we need to be strong again.
Absolutely. Start with your domain, guys. Start where you're at. Start with your household. Start with your social network. Start with your friend group. Like Matt said, set the example. Be the example. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be motivated. Get up. Do something. Chip away at those little goals. And one of the most interesting things he said to me was men are protectors and providers. And with this channel of YouTube, we share a lot about how to be protectors and providers, probably more towards the protector aspect. But right now we're going to get into his EDC. And why do I share stuff like EDC? What is EDC? EDC is everyday carry. And this is tools that Matt has on him right now. You can look at him and you won't even tell. We actually just got a workout in. He's got his gym clothes on. And he is so prepared right now that it's going to blow your mind here in a second how prepared he is. But this EDC, it stems from being that protector, being that badass. And that doesn't mean that he's ever going to use those tools that he has on him. But it means that if something crazy were to happen, he's the man that can step up and save the day. And that's part of being a protector. And let's get right into that EDC.
All right, guys, just want to go over the EDC that me and Bone were just discussing. We just left the gym, just had a great workout. Right now, as you can see, I'm still in my workout clothes, and I'm fully ready for any situation that may present itself. You can't even tell what I'm carrying on myself right now on my person. Right now I have a throwaway knife on me. I have a Smith & Wesson alloy handgun, and I have my money belt. And just by looking at me, there's no way that you'll ever tell that I have this on. I mean, this is the most minimalistic pieces of clothes that I'll ever go out in. A pair of gym shorts, some gym shoes, and a tank top. And I'm ready for any situation that may present itself. Let me show you guys. So here's my throwaway, accessible from any hand, pull it out anytime, underneath my shirt, over my shirt. whatever situation may present itself. On me, I have the money belt and my handgun. There's no way you can tell that I have any of this on me. At the gym, at the grocery store, anywhere. In my pocket, on my keychain, I got my big nasty bone breaker. Got that. I have 3 weapons on me that can protect my family, can protect others, protect people that are in need. This is my EDC.
All right, guys, if you want to see more of Matt on the channel, questions and comments below. List all that stuff below. Let me know if you want to see more of Matt. If you have questions, whatever, I'll answer those questions. I'll get to you as much as I can. Also, please like and share this video. Share this video, send the link to either, if you know somebody who's younger and really needs to hear, what it means to be a badass in your 30s, a young man, if you have a young man in your life who may be struggling with what it means to be a man, or if you just know a guy who's a badass and you want to send him this video as a form of confirmation. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to build a strong YouTube group, all of us young men and men, to build a strong community, come together, and then eventually build a strong America and a strong world. All right, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I thank you much for your support. Bone out.